Alright, welcome back. Let's play this video, and this is going to be Friday's trade. And another losing trade for the week. So we've lost every day this week. And I'm just going to try and stick to like this trade recap and what I was thinking about with this trade. And then I'll do like a weekly review on, I guess, the overall week um, in a sec, actually, because it is the weekend for me. Uh, But yeah, this trade here, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what I was thinking with this trade. Like this was a trade. Like yesterday's trade, I did like stick to my rules a bit better. I waited for it to take out the high, waited for a run below a swing low, and then I entered on a fair value. Yep, and that was like tick tick tick, tick boxes. Yep, tick tick tick. Uh, Unfortunately, I lost. This trade here was basically I had no idea what I was doing, to be completely honest. Um, so I'll speed it up just a little bit more. Actually, it's not too far into the video where I enter in on. So this candle here, okay, as you can see, that was my cursor in the video. I was waiting for it to take out this low. So this candle here is the 9:30 a.m. opening, and 9:31. It's 9:32 now, and I'm waiting for it to take out that low. I think it took it out just there by a tick, but it does go down just that little bit more. Yeah, takes it out tiny, tiny little bit. Takes it out a little bit more there. That's good. And we fill in this gap over here. So I was looking for a long now, basically. That's what I was looking for. What I failed to realize is that this high over here took out the all-time high from Friday. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, I'll speed it up a little bit more to where we actually get to the trade. But yeah, basically, I didn't enter in on a fair value gap today. I I just did not follow my rules. The only thing that was ticked was it took the liquidity below this low. That's the only thing that sort of was following the rules, was that. Uh, I didn't enter in on a fair value gap. I waited for it to take out this swing high. So I guess that's another check there on the checklist. But there was no fair value gap. So why am I entering? You know. So just here, it takes out that. Let me just slow it down. Just here, takes out that short-term high there. So low taken, liquidity here taken. Then we run above this high, and I'm looking at that as a market structure shift. I'm looking at that as, okay, we're going to go up now. I've got relative equal highs just here, which could be a draw. But as you can see, like 5 handles is it's just got to get up to here. Like it's not even that much. But again, there's no fair value gap. There's no sort of displacement. Okay, this small run here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles are all overlapping each other. So there's no fair value gap. There's no obvious when it's obvious like that. Okay, like let me just pause this. Like that drop there is obvious. That's like boom. You know that's happening, right? Whereas this run here, it's like, okay, like I mean, it's going up, but yeah. So plus, I'm not gonna lie, if I don't with 5 handles, right? If I am not correct then and there, it basically just comes and stops me out. Like I have to be correct like then and there. Okay, so there we go. And in a market inside these two down close candles. I was looking at that as an order block. Right? Now, do I trade order blocks? No. Okay, does it say in my plan that I can enter in on an order block? No. Okay, so why the hell am I entering? Like, you know, I think, realistically, I got to be honest with myself. The losses here this week, um, I thought it was actually going to go just straight up there. I thought it was just going to punch up and get my target. That would have been nice, obviously, but um, I think the losing streak this week got to me. I kind of was just like, oh, just please let me have a win. Like, I wasn't really entering, like, following my rules. I wasn't looking at the higher time frame, looking at where it was going to go. Like I said, didn't even realize that this run back here uh, took out the all-time high. Like, you know what I mean? And then I think it's just here soon that it takes me out. So I'll speed up to, we'll go 4. Um, yeah, I think it's just here somewhere. Because this here, I was looking at this too. Once I seen, I'll just slow that back down. Once I seen this, so when this candle closes, it closes in a second. Um, it creates a sell side fair value gap, and I was thinking, oh my god, like this is totally a short setup. And I think if I had entered in there, think it would have. I think it would have given me 5 handles. It was very close because it does. I know it retraces again. So yeah, just there, I was looking at that and I was going, I should probably get out here because, or reverse, but I should probably get out because that looks like a perfect short setup. Okay, it runs up, goes into this imbalance here from 930, comes down, takes out a swing low with a fair value gap this time, and now we're retracing inside of it. Could have entered short there. Obviously, I'm still in a long trade, so I'd have to close it or reverse it. But I think it's literally just here. Yeah. So let me just speed it up because I leave the video running for a little bit, so I'll just speed it up. I thought about entering in again, but I thankfully sane heads prevailed, and I was just like, you know what, just take the loss, and there we go. I ended the video there. But this is the trade here. So as you can see, all-time high from Friday last week. We take it out there at 7:30. Okay, then we come down. All right, then this is the 9:30 opening. This candle here. As you can see, we drop down. We take out that low. These are the 2 up close candles. I'll zoom in a bit. These are the 2 up close. These are the 2 down close candles that I was looking at as the order block. As you can see, I marked that out there. And I saw that as a market structure shift, right? Now it goes down a little bit and then, well, it comes up a little bit. But as you can see, like my stop got taken there on that candle or something like that. So, yeah. So, was not following my plan really at all today. Like I said, do I trade order blocks? No. Okay. Why am I entering in on that? I don't know. I should have been looking at it like this, potentially. Let me just... Oh, I should have been looking at it like this, okay? Drop down at 930, imbalance. We retrace up into the imbalance. Okay, we reject it this time. Short-term low. Another market structure shift here. And what do we have this time? We have a fair value gap. Okay. We go into the fair value gap. Where is 5 handles? Okay, that's 4 handles. So 5 handles was up here. That little run there wouldn't have taken me out. And as you can see, 5 handles gets taken just there. So that would have been the better setup just there. But obviously I did not see that. Okay. Now it goes down one more time under here, and then into, I believe, actually, because I was looking at this before. If I go back to the 15-minute, yeah. So as you can see here, that's the low of this imbalance just here. So we have that run down here, come up, have the run down here that closes in that. Then we have that little retracement, and then, or sorry, this next 15-minute candle here at 9:45 goes down and goes into that. So that would be a buy side imbalance, or actually, I think that's a little, yeah, that's a little volume imbalance to say. So it would look like that. So that's why I wanted to go down one more time. But as you can see, then it went up for the rest of the day. But this is not the problem, but this is something I got to be aware of when I'm trading the morning session is, you know, it's all well and good to have an idea that it wants to go up, but is right this very second the setup that I'm looking at, is it going to go up right this second, you know? And, you know, no, right? Like I said, I entered in on those two down closed candles, okay? I entered in, it goes up the tiniest little bit, doesn't even take out that high, then goes down one more time, okay? And as you can see there, when you look at the higher time frame, you understand and go, oh, it's going down to fill in that 15-minute imbalance again, okay? And then we have the move going upwards, you know? So we have that drop there, we come up, we don't really take out a high there, and then it sort of stuffs around there. We come up here again, drop back down, and then start to get a bit more bigger sort of explosive moves on the upside here. And then right here at 11:44, just bam, takes out, well, sorry, this 7:30 took out the all-time high, so this is the new all-time high, and then takes it out again at 11:45. So, and then the PM session really didn't really have much. The PM session, what's that there? 154 takes out the high there, and then that is the new all-time high just there, 7,200. So, oh, don't want to move that. But yeah, unfortunately, losing week this week. So that's just this trade recap for today. That was kind of the premise and somewhat understanding, but I sort of had it totally wrong today. And like I said, I was entering in on things that aren't even a part of my plan, and I was just like, yeah, like luckily I didn't re-enter the trade after that. Like, as you can see in the end of that video, I was thinking about entering in again. Thankfully, I stopped myself and I didn't enter in again. I believe that's a very good thing. My thing is basically like one trade a day. If I take a loss, that's it. So I stuck to that rule, and I'll show you the little report from Tradeovate. That's it there. Another 5-handle loss, and this is a different sort of report style, but 49,644 now. So like we're not a great deal underneath the 50,000, but we are in drawdown. We're in what's that, $360 something drawdown, or $350 something dollar drawdown. So it's a bit, but it's manageable. It's not like we're one trade away from blowing the account or anything like that. But going into next week, and this weekend I'm really going to have to do some study. Going into next week, we're really going to have to pick up my game, I guess, a bit. So, yeah, this is going to be it for this trade recap video. Like I said, I will put out another video for the actual entire week, and we'll go over sort of I guess like a sort of weekly review on the trades, my learnings, the things that I did wrong, the things that I did right, and where I can improve. And then next week, we'll really hone in on improving those things that I've wrote down that I need to improve on. So, um, yeah, I'll see you in the next video.